Welcome everyone to Wilson Daily Prep's video about how to sentence strip. You may be asking yourself, what is sentence stripping? Sentence stripping is the process by which you eliminate all the unnecessary words and phrases from a sentence until you are left only with the essentials. By mastering this technique, you'll make it easier for your ear to pick up on grammar mistakes. The sentence stripping method is a vital tool while answering punctuation and subject-verb agreement questions on the SAT and ACT. In order to properly strip a sentence, you must first be able to recognize the different parts of a sentence. As I'm sure you've heard before, a sentence is composed of a subject and a verb. A subject is the person, place, or thing doing the action. A verb is the action being done. These are the only two things you absolutely need in order to write a complete sentence. When a sentence is composed of only one subject and one verb, it is considered a simple sentence. Let's look at this example. Susan buys ice cream. It is fairly easy to hear a subject-verb error in a simple sentence. If the sentence was written as Susan buy ice cream, your ear would recognize the mistake right away. This is why the goal of sentence stripping is to break down the sentence until you are left only with the simple sentence. Now that you know what you're looking for, we can discuss the parts of the sentence you'll want to cross out. These are the clauses and phrases of the sentence. To keep it simple, I'm just going to use the word phrase. Phrases are decorative. They are a way in which you dress up your sentence to make it look nicer. The biggest hint in locating phrases is commas. We use commas to separate phrases from the rest of the sentence. So remember, whenever you see a comma on the SAT or ACT, you should be looking for the sentence and crossing out the phrase. Okay, so you know to locate the sentence and cross out the phrase, but how exactly is this done? It all depends on how many commas are in the sentence. The primary way for there to be one comma in a sentence if there is a phrase followed by a sentence, or a sentence followed by a phrase. Let's turn to these examples. Feeling hungry, Susan buys ice cream. Susan buys ice cream, a sweet dessert. These are two sentences that each contain one phrase. If you came across these sentences on a test, you would see the one comma and immediately look for the sentence and put brackets around it. The comma should help you locate the beginning or end of the sentence. Afterwards, you should lightly cross out the leftover words. In both of these sentences, the simple sentence you are left with is Susan buys ice cream. There is an exception to the one comma rule. If a conjunction word separates two complete sentences, then a comma precedes the conjunction word. Susan goes to the store and she buys ice cream. Because the comma separates two sentences and not a sentence and a phrase, nothing gets crossed out. If there are two commas in a sentence, the process becomes slightly easier. When you see two commas in a sentence, cross out the words between the two commas. This is what we like to call blanket commas. They blanket or surround the phrase. Susan, an 11th grade student, buys ice cream. By crossing out the middle words, you're once again left with a simple sentence, Susan buys ice cream. Be careful. The exams may try to trick you by putting two commas in a sentence, but not using them as blanket commas. Instead, there might be a phrase at the beginning and end of the sentence. For example, feeling hungry, Susan buys ice cream, a sweet dessert. Here, if you were to cross out the words between the commas, you'd be left with feeling hungry, a sweet dessert. This is clearly not a sentence. The lesson to be learned is to always bracket the sentence and read the sentence you are left with after stripping. The last step to sentence stripping is to eliminate prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is a preposition followed by a noun. It functions as an adjective or an adverb, describing things in the sentence. Around the corner, under the tree, and on the floor are all examples of prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase will never contain the subject, so it is safe to cross out. Susan buys ice cream from the shop on the corner. This sentence actually contains two prepositional phrases, from the shop and on the corner. Both can be eliminated, once again leaving you with the original sentence, Susan buys ice cream. Email us at info@wilsonprep.com for a comprehensive list of prepositional words. Now that we learned how to sentence strip, let's see this technique in action with this example question. As a result, the North Pole's position in relation to the stars change. The first thing we should notice about the sentence is the 1 comma. Place brackets around the North Pole's position in relation to the stars change. This is the sentence, which means we should cross out as a result. But we're not done yet. We must also cross out the prepositional phrase in relation to the stars. Now the answer becomes obvious. The North Pole's position changes. Choice D. Without sentence stripping, this mistake is much harder to catch. Stars change sounds correct to your ear. By taking out the unnecessary words, the question becomes simple. So that was everything you need to know about sentence stripping. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please remember to check out our channel for more helpful strategies and how-to videos. Be sure to go to www.wilsondailyprep.com for more online test prep, including daily SAT and ACT practice questions. Daily practice is the key to testing success.